gone for a while. It'll feel more like springtime the rest of this week, into the weekend, and through most of next week. We have warm weather on the way. It is beautiful, plenty of sunshine, a great look over the city of New Orleans right now on your Thursday afternoon. Friday Eve almost made it to the end of the week. Temperatures right now are in the 70s, mostly upper 70s down the bayou, low to mid 70s on the North Shore, 68 at the lakefront, 74 in Kenner and Jefferson Parish. Winds are pretty variable today. Sometimes they're coming from the north, the east, the south, but we'll continue to see more southerly winds tomorrow and south winds, especially this weekend, which will increase our moisture. So we'll probably feel more humid going into the weekend. You may notice our dew points have risen slightly. They're in the 50s and low 60s. So the humidity has come up compared to earlier in the week. Still pretty comfortable and pleasant outside. But as moisture increases in the coming days, we'll have to watch for fog in the mornings tomorrow and through this weekend. Fog will likely be a morning concern. It will be patchy, not a problem for everyone, but that's definitely the biggest thing to watch for. Also, the warm weather. That's going to continue. You do not need a jacket anymore. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 70s this afternoon. Tonight, clear skies, pretty cool and mild. 60s for our temperatures in the evening, 50s tomorrow morning, so still kind of cool for the nights and mornings coming up. Here we go into tomorrow morning. The visibility forecast will have some patchy, dense fog, especially for Lafourche Parish. The super fog is possible with that grass fire continuing to smolder and burn down there. So we'll watch for areas of dense fog, especially down the bayou. Make sure you're giving yourself extra time for the Friday morning commute across the board. There may just be a little bit of fog around early tomorrow morning. But as we go into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings, yes, it's, people still get up early on the weekend mornings, you would think, and there is still likely going to be a little bit of fog around, probably even more so. Looking like fog will be an issue for Saturday morning and Sunday morning as the moisture increases across the area. So we'll watch for dense fog for the weekend mornings. Really, the big thing coming up over the next week, we'll have a ridge of high pressure building over the Gulf South through most of next week, and that will just allow us to warm up, and we're really not going to see much change in that pattern. And since we warm up under this high pressure, there's really no chances for rain either. So it's going to be very warm, warmer than average, with basically mostly dry weather all the way through. Temperatures in the upper 70s today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Then we'll be in the low 80s Sunday, 80s through next week. Average high for this time of year, 72 degrees. So we're trending almost 10 degrees above average by early next week. Humidity also going to be on the rise, especially Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. It'll feel a bit more humid as we get a small increase in moisture. As those winds come in from the south this weekend into early next week, we'll see an increase in atmospheric moisture across the Gulf Coast Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. It's not going to be a whole lot, but since there will be a little bit more moisture around, I did add a 10% chance, just a measly 10% chance for a few stray showers on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, but most of us will be dry. There's no rain in the forecast from now through the entire weekend, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week could see some isolated showers. Something we'll also have to monitor in the coming weeks is the drought conditions. This is the latest drought monitor. Most of the metro area is included in a moderate drought. If not, we're abnormally dry in that yellow color. So if we continue to see a lack of rain, we'll probably continue to see worsening drought conditions. So we'll have to watch that. Here's your 7-day forecast. Warm stretch of weather coming up. Warm and sunny. Everyday temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. Nights and mornings still cool. Morning temperatures in the 50s the next few days, but they get into the 60s by early next week mostly. And the next week, really much of the same. Warm, a bit more humid, temperatures in the low 80s. We'll have to watch for maybe some isolated showers early next week, but not much.
All right, thanks, Alexa.